Hello and welcome to another update video about VRA. That's the Veracity chart here. I've got two wave counts at the moment and we've got a nice breakout point up there. The market so far shows a good reaction to our support region here. That was the 50% retracement level. That's exactly where we normally want to show or want to see a reversal and a reaction. These boxes can be used to scale into positions, for example. Yeah, and we had quite a few possibilities here for anybody who wanted to do it. There are two wave counts. In the yellow one, obviously the low could be in. I think we talked about that in the last video. And in the white count, yeah, it basically would look better with one more low, but it's probably not then an ending diagonal the way I've labeled it. It would probably rather be a WXY structure or something, okay? Even though I cannot rule out that this is still a wave 4 in an ending diagonal, that's possible as well. To be honest, doesn't make a difference. The main takeaway is as long as I don't have a 5-wave pattern from the lows, I have to assume that, or I shouldn't say I have to assume, but at least I have to consider that we might get another low. It would look better. I think the yellow count is my favorite because with one more low, honestly, in the white count, it would look better to form a low below the A wave low at 0.0038, but we're far away from that. So it's possible that in the yellow count, the low is in, but it's not a high probability count because also here, we're dealing at best with an ending diagonal in the yellow count. Okay, so A wave to the upside from the December 22 lows, peaked in February 2023 in an A wave, obviously. Then the B wave pullback, bottomed here on the 9th of June. And then the C wave to the upside, okay, could be basically unfolding right now. It would be a 5-wave pattern and wave 1 topped in November. Wave 2 might have formed a low. Okay, so it would be a simple WXY structure in wave 2. And then what do we now need to see for confirmation? Okay, so for confirmation, it would be really good to see the price break out of this trend channel. Can you see the corrective trend channel? It's quite obvious, actually. Again, I'm not saying it will happen, but that's basically what we would need to see for first confirmation that the low is in. It's rallied nicely already, but it's rallied only in 3 waves. And a break above the trend line here would help to confirm that, yeah, a low is in this wave too. Now, let's talk about what the targets could be for the third wave. I don't need to adjust anything because I communicated that before. So that hasn't changed. It hasn't basically made a last low, another low after my last update. So the structure is still valid. And the third wave here, circle wave 3, should minimally, to believe it, yeah, to keep the yellow count relevant, I need to see wave 3 minimally reach 1.467 cents. So that would be from where we are now, round about 120, 125% increase. It already, from our support zone, even if I just take the top of the box, rallied like 32, 33%. That is from the, from early January, that is. And then, yeah, and it formed the local low on the 23rd of January. But yeah, that should give you an orientation of where the third wave should go to. Ideally, though, a little higher, obviously. The 1.67 cent level is ideal. That's the 1.38 extension. Then the fourth wave should take us back to maybe around about 1 cent. And the fifth wave should then take us minimally to 2.1, better, even a little higher. And that would be part of the yellow count. If we get another 4-5 pattern afterwards, it would be the white count, but that's not predictable at this stage. First of all, we don't even know at this stage if the low is already in. So, but as I said, a break out of the corrective price channel would definitely help in giving us a little bit of a, yeah, let's say, better feeling about the low being in. Looks somewhat incomplete there. I would have liked to see maybe one more low, at least in the white count. Yeah, the yellow one could be okay, but then see, the problem is in the yellow count as well. If I go to the 4-hour chart, and this chart just doesn't offer a lot of precision, not anymore. It's a very clear 3-wave move up here. It's even, I mean, see, what is this even, right? Absolutely. So in the white count, be prepared for possibly another low. If I go to the 1-hour chart, this just isn't, yeah, it's a 3-wave move. It even looks a bit like a triangle. So I would not rule out that in the wave 4, yeah, in the white count, we had a an A wave up, B wave triangle, and this was just a C wave. So I just have to continue to highlight the risk here, which makes just the idea of scaling into support, scaling out in resistance so useful. And I mean, if we talk about, so yeah, this might have been a triangle. And if we talk about target for that C wave here, just so that you know where resistance is residing, it's reached basically the 1-to-1 ratio, 100% extension level now. So if the C wave of wave 4 is done here, it would come down from here. Support obviously is at 0.005. But let's see. I mean, it's basically in a resistance area here at the moment. Yeah, so it's basically this 100% extension level. But yeah, without a 5-wave move of, without a 5-wave move, it is impossible to say the low is in, because one structure still allows for another low, absolutely. But the structure here allows you to understand what we would need to see. And yeah, I mean, even in the third wave in yellow, we would be dealing with an ABC structure because we're dealing with a diagonal. Okay, so also here, it would be this, something like A, B, C. And then the first ABC would turn into a larger A, then a B, and a C. So this is obviously not a wave count that normally would be a viable trade. Okay, not in the chop. Scaling into support, I think that's reasonable, but not to try to trade the chop, because this wave count guaranteed will change. I also changed the wave degree actually of the main numbers here. But yeah, that's sort of how it looks. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.